All right, just want to take a minute here and kind of walk through this Wise Money budget and give you just a little bit of an overview. Hopefully you've taken the Wise Money class. If not, you can go to www.freewisemoneyclass.com to actually take the class, and it'll walk you through how this is set up. So I'm not going to go through that. More just go kind of walk through some of the details of how to actually navigate it. It is a fair, hopefully it's fairly straightforward. But basically you have your income at the top up here, and then you have loads of opportunity for expenses. So we have offering ties, and then food, housing, transportation, personal care, pet care. This is also where we can put medical. Hopefully that's enough space for most households, but it is a spreadsheet, so it's customizable. Then you have unsecured debts and plenty of opportunities for student loans and credit cards and things you have there. Your subscriptions, your preventive savings. I now have those pre-filled already for those titles. Special events, they could be gifts, birthdays, anniversaries, all that type of stuff. You want to make sure all of your other opportunities are taken care of. Now, this budget is primarily built for those who are getting out of debt and not necessarily in the investing spectrum. If you are in the investment spectrum and you've killed your debt and you're ready to go, you can just slide it right here, right before you take all your fundamentals, and then you have room for miscellaneous opportunities down here at the bottom. So just going to just walk through this, and I just kind of pre-populated a couple things here real quick. So you got $5,000, say, coming in for the month, and you're going to tie $550 off of your gross, and you got $1,000 in groceries. Just some real easy numbers here. Just to throw in something. Rent is $300. Transportation, you got a car note that is, let's see, make that 550 more than the rent. That's a reality in some households, though I'm laughing. You got car insurance, and say that's $150 a month. And let's see, personal care. You may have some prescriptions here, and that's running you $55 a month. And then we have opportunity for Visa, running 75. Opportunity for MasterCard. And let's go with 125 for MasterCard. Then we owe Dad some money, and we're paying him back $50 a month. We've got a student loan that we're paying for. It's been around so long, you've given it a seat at the table. And let's go ahead and say that one is $350 a month. And monthly subscription. Almost everyone has Netflix. And let's go with that with being $9.99. I don't know what the cost of that is. I think like $12 these days. Let's go with $11. And a gym membership that you never use. All right. So 1774. What did we put in? Oh, dining out. Yeah, that is a staple. And let's go with $750. I know that's probably high. Just throwing in some renters insurance. And let's make this a little more realistic. Okay, car note, RX, and pet care. Let's go with pet being about $300 a month. And that leaves us with $164 and a penny. And to start funding our, let's go $50 a month in our non-monthly, and that gives us $115 or so to actually fund our emergency fund savings, and to try to get that up to $1,000, or with this particular case, this is $5,000 a month. Yeah, $1,000 emergency fund is more than likely going to be recommended for this type of household. All right, so when you're building your budget, one of the things here is just to keep it real simple. We built this so that as you go, as you populate it, you're keeping track of things as you go up here at the top. But then you also have your revised, because during the month, maybe this month you got a bonus check in. Thank you, Jesus. Checks in the mail, and then you did your 550. Everything's great, but you actually went a little bit over on groceries, but you was able to maintain throughout the course of the month. And I'm doing this as lump sums, but you would track this throughout the course of the month. So you might have this as 150 plus 300 plus 100 plus, and you just keep going throughout the course of the month, and as you're adding on these particular expenses. So you have your rent stay the same, renter's insurance, and then towards the car note, car insurance, your RXs were about the same. Pet care, you was able to squeeze a little bit of savings out this month, and your Visa, all those bills stay the same. And then you had Netflix and the gym. And so you have $389. Your non-emergency funds stay the same. But this month, because of how things negotiated, you were actually able to squeeze out $339. And then, so as you went along, your revised budget, your actual at the end of the month, because this stuff will be changing in the middle of the month, and this is your final. This is your what you landed on, and what you actually did towards the end of the month. Because what happens is reality is no one budget is perfect. Budget does the budgeting perfectly. You're going to adjust and change some categories, and the more categories you have, the more opportunity is for life to happen in the middle of the month, and then things adjust. So you're flowing this through. You're adjusting during the middle of the month. You might come in here mid-week, mid-month, and do a quick update to see where you're at, and then make some decisions, and you make some adjustments. You might have an emergency meeting because the car tire blew out, and you got to figure out where to get that money from. So you're going to have to pull from. There's no emergency fund savings this month. It's an emergency. You got to do it now. So during the course of your month, during the course of the month, this is where you're flexing and you're adjusting as things come in. This might be your opportunity if pay got trimmed, then you have to make an adjustment. And go the opposite way, and you're trying to find money in your budget. So all these are just opportunities throughout the course of the month to adjust to life. And then this is just the end, how you ended up, what you actually spent in the course of that month. And then over or under budget is simply an opportunity for you to get a baseline on what your original versus what your actual was, because life happened here, but this gives you an opportunity to know, okay, my planning, and if you do this, if you're over 2 or 3 months in a row, either your habits are severely out of whack, or you just adjust your budget to compensate. Because if your reality is you're overspending by $150 off of what you think is $1,000 budget, then you just need to budget $1,150 and adjust going somewhere else to compensate for that. So this is an opportunity to make decisions, get real time along the way, and then come up at the end and make a decision on what type of plan you want to keep putting in place going forward. Now, lastly, what happens is what you do is you make your budget and then you just duplicate it. Okay. And then the next month, you just simply come in, adjust as necessary, clear out all of your actuals out of here. Keep it real simple. You'll change the here to March and personalize it for that month. And this just gives you an opportunity to make sure that you're budgeting accurately and it's effective. I would not start, especially if this is one of your first opportunities, I would not budget out too many months in advance. Go through 1, 2, 3 cycles before you start putting together, copying and pasting and putting out 2 to 3, 4 months out in advance. You want to give yourself an opportunity to kind of get used to the flow, get used to budgeting, get your feet wet, get your foot solid before you actually start planning out a bit more aggressively. So as always, I hope that you have an opportunity to be blessed in this journey. I hope that you are taking advantage of life and enjoying the process. If you need any help or support, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/wisemoney. facebook.com/groups/wisemoney. That's wise with a Z. You can also catch us at our website at www.freewisemoneyclass.com. There, if you need any personalized coaching, we'd be happy to help you with some one-on-one coaching to walk you through this process and to really, really help you dig into how to make this effective for your life. So be blessed, enjoy your journey, and I will see you again.